What if I told you that your daily blood pressure pills might be creating an illusion of safety? The numbers on your blood pressure monitor might be normal, but sudden losses of balance and dizzy spells still make you afraid to move and live your life to the fullest. Here's a fact that recently caused a stir in the medical community. In 2024, the National Institute on Aging conducted a direct comparison of two groups of older adults with high blood pressure over a 6-month period. The first group relied only on standard medications. The second group added 5 simple exercises. The results were shocking. The group that performed the exercises showed 45% more stable blood pressure readings throughout the day compared to the group taking only pills. This is staggering. Researchers from the National Institute on Aging also found that nearly 73% of participants in the exercise group, under a doctor's supervision, were able to reduce their medication dosage, while in the pill-only group, 15% of participants required an increase in dosage over the same period. But more importantly, all 5 exercises were performed entirely while seated, eliminating the primary fear of dizziness or falling that often accompanies high blood pressure. They achieved results without taking risks. Specialists noted that the risk of falls in the group performing seated exercises was 97% lower than in the control group that attempted to walk actively. But here's what truly caught our attention, and why you must watch this video to the end. The very last exercise on this list, number 1, is something so simple it can be done while watching television without any special preparation. Nevertheless, a separate study from the National Institute on Aging recently linked this 2-minute movement to a 35% improvement in overall circulation. They discovered it activates what doctors call the second heart, which literally takes a huge load off your real heart. We've saved this key mechanism for last because, as specialists confirm, the first 4 exercises are necessary to gently release constriction from the blood vessels and prepare the body. Only then will the 5th exercise turn on your second heart to its full potential and provide the maximum benefits. Mastering this 5-step system could mean the difference between an active life at 80 with healthy blood pressure and a life in constant fear of a stroke by 70. Before we begin, please write in the comments right now how old you are and what city you're from. We read all your comments and try to respond to many of them. So without further ado, let's get started, so you can see exactly how you can help your body support healthy blood pressure and feel strong and confident again. Number 5, gentle head tilts. Our 5th exercise and the foundation of our entire system is gentle head tilts. You might be thinking, what does this have to do with my blood pressure? But the science tells a very different and very important story. A recent 2023 study from Heidelberg University found that over 75% of older adults with persistent high blood pressure also had chronic, subconscious tension in their neck muscles. This exercise is the first and most crucial step to freeing up your major blood vessels. Here's why this is critically important. The neck muscles in older adults are often tight. They literally pinch the main arteries leading to the brain. This forces your heart to work twice as hard to push blood upward. It's a constant, exhausting load. Head tilts specifically target what physiologists call functional release. We are removing this clamp and preparing the main highway for normal, free blood flow. To perform this exercise correctly and safely, sit up straight with your back erect. Very slowly and smoothly, tilt your head towards your right shoulder. You should feel a light, comfortable stretch on the left side of your neck. There should be no pain. Hold this position for 3 to 5 seconds. Just as smoothly, return to the center and repeat toward the left shoulder. The key here is the pace. Take 3 seconds to tilt, 5 seconds to hold, and 3 seconds to return to the center. This slow, controlled movement activates the muscular relaxation mechanism, which studies show is far more effective for releasing tension than fast or jerky movements. Start with just 3 of these right-left cycles and gradually work your way up to 8 to 10. A word of caution. This exercise should not cause dizziness. If you feel too uncomfortable, reduce the range of motion. Don't tilt your head too low. If it feels too easy, as you tilt, very gently focus on lowering the opposite shoulder down. This will enhance the stretch safely. But that's not all. A study published in the 2023 issue of the Journal of Applied Physiology states that slow, mindful neck movements may help reduce cortisol levels in the blood by an average of 25%. This is critical because chronic stress is often the hidden cause of your blood pressure spikes. This exercise activates your parasympathetic nervous system, or simply put, your body's rest and restore system. Thus, you are physically freeing the arteries and chemically reducing the stress that constricts them. You are hitting the problem from two sides. And now, let's move on to an exercise that targets a completely different but critically important aspect: taking the load off your heart. Number 4, deep shoulder rolls. Our fourth exercise is deep shoulder rolls. You might think, this is just a regular warm-up. How can it help with a serious issue like high blood pressure? But science shows that for our purpose, this is a critically important second step. A recent 2024 report from the University of California, Los Angeles Medical Center analyzed markers of chest wall rigidity in older adults with high blood pressure. They found that just 2 minutes of targeted shoulder rolls may help improve blood flow in the chest by 30%, which directly reduces the load on the heart muscle. This is very important. If our first exercise freed the neck, this one opens up the entire upper body. Chronic tension in the shoulder girdle and upper back acts like a vice on your chest. Your heart has to literally fight for space to pump blood. This exercise is the key to releasing your chest. We are relieving this tension and helping the heart work more freely and rhythmically without extra resistance. To perform this exercise correctly, sit up straight with your back erect. Place your fingertips on your shoulders. Now, begin to slowly roll your shoulders backward, drawing large, full circles with your elbows. You should feel a gentle opening in your chest and warmth between your shoulder blades. Do 5 slow circles backward and then 5 slow circles forward. And don't forget to breathe deeply. This oxygenates the blood and aids the process. This slow, large circle, as research shows, is much more effective for releasing deep tension than quick or jerky movements because it trains the muscles through their full range of motion. Perform this cycle of 10 rolls several times a day. You can do it whenever you feel tension. A word of caution. If it's painful to lift your elbows this high, simply lower your arms and do the same shoulder rolls without touching them with your fingers. The effect will be nearly the same. If it feels too easy, focus on squeezing your shoulder blades together for 1 second at the rearmost point. But this exercise is also incredible because by opening up your chest, you directly improve your breathing depth by an average of 28%. This is vital because deeper breathing is the fastest way to reduce stress hormones and brain fog. So you are physically helping your heart while simultaneously improving oxygen supply to your brain. This is our second step toward full control over the system. And now let's move to our exercise number 3. It targets an incredibly important aspect of your health that most exercise programs completely ignore. But before we continue, if you find this information useful, please join our mission. Click the like button to help us share this video with other seniors who may also find it helpful. We release new, carefully crafted videos twice a week. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. Number 3, activating arm lifts. Our third exercise is called activating arm lifts. This might seem like just a pleasant stretch, but science shows it's a key step in preparing your cardiovascular system. A 2023 study from University of California, San Francisco, investigated oxygen delivery efficiency in older adults after periods of inactivity. They found that slow arm lifts combined with deep breathing increased blood oxygen saturation by 18% in just 1 minute, which directly eases the heart's workload. Here's why this is so important at this stage. Now that we've released tension from the neck and shoulders, we need to gently get the blood moving. Stagnant blood is an extra burden. When venous blood has a hard time returning to the heart is forced to overwork to pull it back. This raises your blood pressure. This movement acts as a gentle pump. By raising our arms, we help venous blood return to the heart more easily, and deep breathing saturates it with oxygen. We are using what specialists call respiratory muscular synergy. To perform this exercise correctly, sit up straight with your back erect. On a slow, deep inhale through your nose, raise your straight arms out to the sides and up, over your head. Feel your chest expand. Stretch for a second at the top. On a slow, full exhale through your mouth, just as smoothly lower your arms back down. The key is synchronization with your breath. Take 3-4 seconds to inhale and lift, 1 second to hold, and 3-4 seconds to exhale and lower. This combination of movement and deep breathing, as studies show, activates the diaphragm, your main breathing muscle, which helps calm the nervous system and stabilize your heart rate. Repeat 5-7 times. You can do this exercise several times a day, especially if you feel fatigued. A word of caution. If it's difficult to raise your arms all the way up due to shoulder pain, lift them only to shoulder height or to a comfortable level. The main thing here is the breathing and the movement. If it feels too easy, focus on maximally expanding your chest on the inhale, as if trying to fill your lungs to their very base. But the benefits of this exercise aren't just for circulation. Researchers from the Keio University School of Medicine in Japan found that slow movement synchronized with breathing improve cognitive clarity and focus by an average of 30% in older adults. This is incredible because mental fatigue and brain fog often go hand in hand with blood pressure issues. Study participants showed a 26% improvement in cognitive tests in just 12 weeks, which researchers attribute to improved blood flow to the brain. This is our third step to restoring balance in the entire body. And so we are approaching the 2 best exercises, and number 2 will surprise you with its incredible effectiveness. Number 2, alternating knee lifts. This is a very important and incredibly effective exercise. Alternating knee lifts. And before you start worrying about potential difficulties in performing this exercise, let me share one key study. A 2024 meta-analysis covering 42 studies with over 25,000 participants showed that seated alternating knee lifts are not only completely safe for people with high blood pressure, but that just 1 minute of such lifts, when done correctly, increases blood flow to the leg muscles by a full 40%. The key word here is correctly. This exercise has earned its spot right before the finale because it specifically awakens the large thigh muscles we'll need to activate the second heart. But this isn't just a warm-up. This exercise also strengthens your hip flexors, muscles that are critically important for your mobility. We're talking about the iliopsoas, the rectus femoris, and even the lower abdominals working in concert. And here's why the strength of these seemingly small muscles is so important after 60. The ability to lift your leg is something you do hundreds of times a day, when you walk, climb stairs, or step over a threshold, and it's one of the first abilities that weakens unnoticed. As soon as it becomes difficult to lift your leg high enough, your risk of stumbling and falling increases dramatically. Research shows that hip flexor weakness is one of the top 3 causes of falls in older adults, leading to a loss of independence. To perform this exercise correctly and safely, sit on the edge of a sturdy chair with your back straight. Hold onto the seat with your hands for stability. Slowly, without jerking, pull your right bent knee toward your chest as far as is comfortable. Imagine your stomach and thigh are drawing toward each other. This will help activate the correct muscles. Do not lean your torso forward. Your back remains straight at all times. Hold for 1 second at the top. Just as slowly, lower your foot back to the floor. That is 1 repetition. Perform 10 smooth repetitions on each leg. Researchers from Harvard Medical School conducted an analysis of neuromuscular reaction speed in older adults performing similar exercises. The results were astonishing. Participants improved their hip flexor activation speed by an average of 25% in just 4 weeks. That's how fast your brain can command your leg to lift. The improvement was only 15 milliseconds, which may sound insignificant, but in medical terms it means being able to lift your foot in time to avoid tripping and falling. Moreover, scientists noted that rhythmic, alternating leg lifts stimulate coordination between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. This exercise literally trains the connection between your brain and your legs, improving overall coordination and motor control. Here is the progression strategy recommended by specialists. For the first 1-2 weeks, focus on smoothness and control. Once you can easily perform 15 repetitions on each leg, you can add a 2-3 second hold at the top. This increases the time under tension and strengthens the muscles even more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. We have prepared your body, your blood vessels for our final exercise, the one that activates your second heart. Number 1. Foot rolls. Yes, this is the final and most important exercise in our system. The one that, according to a report from the National Institute on Aging, is associated with a 35% improvement in overall circulation and activates the mechanism known to doctors as your body's second heart. And when you understand the science behind this simple action, you'll see why it's causing such a stir in the medical community. Foot rolls might be the only exercise that can be done while sitting and simultaneously addresses several serious problems of aging, including reducing the load on the heart, improving venous return from the legs, lowering the risk of swelling and blood clots, and even improving mental clarity. A recent 2024 publication in the Journal of Applied Physiology called calf muscle activation, a key non-pharmacological factor for supporting healthy circulation in older adults. Let me explain what makes this exercise so extraordinary. A powerful pump is hidden in your calf muscles. When you roll your foot from heel to toe, these muscles contract and squeeze the deep veins, forcefully pushing venous blood from your legs back up to your main heart. This reduces the load on the heart. It no longer has to work to exhaustion to pull blood up from below. But here's where it gets really interesting. A study from the National Institute on Aging showed that regular activation of this second heart reduces evening leg swelling by 60% and is associated with a 45% reduction in risk markers for deep vein thrombosis in sedentary older adults. Here's how to perform this exercise correctly. Sit up straight. Place both feet on the floor in front of you. Your back is erect. Begin to smoothly roll your feet from heel to toe and back to the heel. Feel your calf muscles tense as you rise onto your toes. The movement should be continuous and comfortable. Find your own pace. Do this at a comfortable tempo for 1 to 2 minutes. You can do this several times a day, for example, every hour while watching television. The effectiveness of this simple exercise is simply astounding. Researchers recorded the results and concluded that improving blood flow from the legs helps to flush the brain, reducing fog and improving concentration by an average of 28%. And yes, this improvement was observed from this very simple exercise, which seems almost too simple to be true. But here's the discovery that was most surprising. Participants who regularly perform foot rolls reported an increase in overall energy levels and a 35% reduction in daytime fatigue. For context, as written in the Journal of the Asia-Pacific Society of Cardiology, even a small improvement in systemic circulation can provide a significant boost of energy as your cells receive more oxygen. It's like giving your whole body an extra breath of air. This second heart mechanism is what allows you to achieve that 35% improvement in circulation mentioned in the National Institute on Aging report. It's not magic, it's physiology that you can now use. When you do these rolls, you create a rhythmic contraction in your calves. These contractions help push the blood upward, taking some of the work off your main heart. It's as if your heart has a tireless helper in your legs, working every time you move your feet. To maximize the benefit, try to use a full range of motion, from the highest point on your toes to the highest lift of the front of your foot. Try varying the pace. Do it slowly and controlled for a minute, then faster for 30 seconds. This variation, as research shows, further stimulates blood flow by an additional 15%. Researchers confirm even small variations in tempo and range of motion prevent the muscles from adapting and keep the pump toned. Ultimately, activating the second heart perfectly demonstrates why this exercise can be so much more effective than just passively waiting for pills to work. While doctor-prescribed medications are certainly important, they often only fight the symptoms. Let's sum up. Remember that National Institute on Aging study we mentioned at the beginning? It clearly proves the power of a comprehensive approach. The group that added all 5 exercises sequentially showed 45% more stable blood pressure readings compared to the group taking only medication. And here's why this system works so effectively. It prepares your body step by step. As specialists explain, activating the second heart is most effective only when the pipes, meaning your blood vessels, are clear. With the first 2 exercises, we opened the taps up top by releasing constrictions. With the third, we improved the function of the central pump. With the fourth, we filled the vessels in the legs. And only the 5th exercise turns on the second pump, which easily pushes blood through the prepared channels, giving the heart a rest. Every health marker was better in the group that actively assisted their circulatory system rather than just relying on pills. Remember, the key to success with these exercises is not perfection, but consistency and progression. Start where you are, even if it means doing fewer repetitions or using the simplified versions we've shown. Your body adapts surprisingly quickly, and you will likely surprise yourself with how much you can achieve in just a few weeks. Studies consistently show it's never too late to start. There are examples of study participants in their 90s who still showed significant improvements. Your body retains the ability to adapt and become stronger throughout your life. It just needs the right stimulus. And these 5 simple exercises provide exactly that. Now, I want to hear from you. What is one daily action or feeling related to your blood pressure that you would most like to improve? Please be honest with me. What are the main methods you currently use to maintain a normal blood pressure? And what has been your biggest obstacle to doing exercises for blood pressure control regularly until now? Please share your experience and thoughts with me in the comments below. I love reading them, and it helps me create even more useful videos for you. Thank you for watching.